session and during one of the finance discussions, we had raised a demand for setting the GST right for mango puree and mango pulp. We had given a representation. So I would like to thank the Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharamanji and Karatji for setting that right and helping our mango farmers. So I hope they have all the best wishes from the farmers. Sir, and coming into the supplementary demand for grants, sir, if you see that there has been an increase in the allocation for MGNREGA by 16,400 crores, but if you see overall it is a reduction of 8,600 crores compared to the previous year. Sir, it is not right in cutting down the funds for MGNREGA because especially after the pandemic, MGNREGA supported the downtrodden, MGNREGA supported the livelihoods of the poor people. So I urge the government not to cut down on MGNREGA. If you see for the case of Andhra Pradesh, sir, only 14 crore mandates have been allotted and it's a reduction of 9.68 crore mandates. So which is not a welcome thing, sir. We demand the government not cut down the spending on MGNREGA and increase the allotment for MGNREGA. And if you see the fiscal indicators, the budget, in the budget, the fiscal deficit has been pegged at 6.4%. But if you see, it is concerning that the fiscal deficit in the first half of financial year 22-23 rose to 6.2 lakh crores compared to 5.27 lakh crores the previous year. So the government should explain how it is going to peg the fiscal deficit at 6.4% of GDP. And also, without cutting the capex allocation, sir. So we also want to know, is the government going to spend the complete 7.5 lakh crore they have allocated for capital expenditure, which is 24% higher than the previous year? But it's only 4 months left, and we don't know, sir, how the government is going to reach their capex targets without a proper capex allocation. It's very difficult for the economy to bounce back. And like all the states, sir, we also have a demand. We demand the central government to extend the GST compensation by 5 more years because of the pandemic and various other reasons prevailing in the economy. And it is also very concerning to note that the central government's revenues from cesses and surcharges has increased from 10.4% in 2011-12 to 26.7% in 21-22, sir. This is not fair because the state's revenues, what the money the states have to get is going in the form of surcharges. So we demand that the surcharges also be part of the devolution of taxes to the states. And such an increase, sir, if you see in the last 10 years, 10% has become 26.7%, which is not good, sir. The states set to lose the revenues. And coming to the issue of our state, so while the division of our state, sir, in the year 2014-15, the first year, whatever revenue deficit we had or a resource gap, they said it will be funded, sir. If you see, there's close to 32,000, sir, for Andhra Pradesh. So far, even in spite of 8 years, this issue has not been sorted out. So we ask the government, the finance ministry, to sort out this resource gap funding issue. We have represented various times. It's not just one time. We have represented n number of times. So we request the government to act on that. And even there's one more issue, sir, I would like to bring to the notice of the Honorable Minister and the Finance Department. The net borrowing ceiling for Andhra Pradesh has been pegged at 42,472 crores for 21-22, sir. But because of the overborrowing of the previous government, when BJP and TDP were in power in our state, they had overborrowed 17,923 crores during the 14th Finance Commission time, sir. And now that net borrowing ceiling limit is being cut down, sir, which is not fair. We can't suffer because of the doings of the previous government, sir. So we request the government to not to link it, sir. And even if you see a circular which has been given by the Finance Ministry, which says that the overborrowings of the previous finance commissions will not be adjusted in the 15th Finance Commission. Even by that order what the Finance Ministry has passed, this 17,000 crores which is being cut in our net borrowing ceiling should not be adjusted in this current thing, sir, in the current 15th Finance Commission. So we also have a concern, sir. During the division of the state, Polavaram was declared a national project, sir. And it is clearly stated in the AP Reorganization Act that Polavaram project is a national project and it will be executed by the center. But if you see today, sir, the execution of the project is not going according to plan anywhere. The funds for the project are not being given in time, and it is no way treated like a national project, sir. Polavaram project is the lifeline of our state, Andhra Pradesh. During the division, they said that Polavaram project will be done, sir. It was there in the AP Reorganization Act. It clearly states. But if you see, there are various issues which are coming up, sir. During the course of the project, and because of the new land acquisition rules, the cost of the project shot up. The land acquisition and R&R cost shot up, and the central government and Jal Shakti approved the cost estimate at 55,548 crores. The technical advisory committee passed it in 2019, sir. But still now the finance department is yet to ratify it, and it's still pending for approval from the finance department, which is not good, sir. It is not happening with any national project. And is more surprising is that in any dam which is being built, or the dams which are built previously in all the national projects, nowhere the drinking water component and the irrigation component was made separate, sir. Here they are saying that the drinking water component is not part of this, and we are going to exclude this amount, which is 4,068 crores, which is not good, sir. You can't build a dam and say it's not meant for drinking, it's only for irrigation, and if you are going to use for drinking water purpose, we are going to reduce the amount. It is not fair for the department to say this, and we demand that the drinking water be also part, like any other national project which have been done in our country. And we also demand for removal of component-wise restrictions, sir. In spite of all the restrictions we are having, during the course of the project, there will be various components which will come up based on the designs. So any change in components, now they are restricting payments, sir, which is not good. If you take, for example, a national highway project, the length of the bridge might go up, or the length of the road might go up, but still the execution happens, the whole road is completed. Nowhere they say that, no, now the component has increased, we will restrict the payment. It is not fair, sir. Why only for Polavaram they are doing like this? So we demand that a removal of component-wise restrictions for Polavaram project, which has been, the restriction has been imposed totally, really unfairly. And we also demand that the issues related to land acquisition, R&R be sorted out. So as proposed by Jal Shakti, it was requested that the LA bills be scrutinized and paid directly to the beneficiaries under DBT, but there's been extraordinary delay. The project is getting delayed. The cost of land acquisition is going up, which is a loss for the country and loss for the state, loss for the people, sir. So we demand that whatever you have promised here, you have told clearly that Polavaram is a national project and will be constructed. So we are demanding that land acquisition money be paid immediately, and we also ask, because of all these delays, we also ask, we demand the central government for ad hoc fund of 10,000 crores. But if you see for any national project or a national highway project, the payments are done in just a week's time. But for Polavaram project, for one bill to be paid, it is taking months and months, sir. How do we expect a project to be completed like this? So we demand that an ad hoc amount be paid so that the project execution happens at a faster pace. And we also want to know from the government, sir, a national project has to be constructed by the center. Why, when your government was there in our Andhra Pradesh state, along with TDP, when your alliance was there, why did you give the execution to the state? And why are you imposing all these conditions? So people should know why a national project has been mishandled so badly, and why the execution was given to the state, and why the people should suffer because of this. And there's one more request, sir. After the division, based on the direction of central government, that is Power System Operation Corporation Limited. So we have supplied power to Telangana, sir, based on the central government thing. The dues are yet to be paid. There's almost 6,800 crores. We request the central government to step in and get our dues collected. And if you see the National Food Security Act, sir, there's almost 60% of the population covered in National Food Security Act. And in with respect to Andhra Pradesh, the number of persons covered under NFCA is 2.68 crores, which is 60% population of Andhra Pradesh. But the Act clearly states that 75% of the rural population and 50% of the urban population is eligible for National Food Security Act. But in Andhra Pradesh, it is restricted to 60% for rural, and it is restricted to 40% for urban, 41% for urban. So it is not fair compared to other states, for example, like Maharashtra or Gujarat or Karnataka, which are more economically stronger than us. They are getting 10% more beneficiaries, and we are at a loss, which is resulting in 56 lakh additional families not getting the benefits. So our state government is, in spite of all the financial problems, we have come forward and we are actually taking care of the people with almost 5,500 crores. So we request the central government to follow what the Niti Aayog has said, sir. Earlier, the committee headed by the finance secretary has referred it to Niti Aayog, sir. Niti Aayog clearly said that Andhra Pradesh is eligible for additional, whatever is the gap is there in this National Food Security Act. They said that wherever there is a provision, it has to be, Andhra Pradesh needs to get it and it has to be increased. But if you see, sir, there is under NFSA, 3 lakh tons per month is the unutilized quantity, and we are requesting 77,000 tons in that, sir. The government doesn't need to take any additional budget, or government doesn't need to make any changes in that, but they just have to allot from what is already allotted, and the state will be benefited because of that. And I would like to come to a very important point, sir. Our state was bifurcated without our wishes. Andhra Pradesh state was bifurcated in a very unjust manner, sir. Just to explain the magnitude of how our state was bifurcated on the first year of bifurcation, sir. The per capita income of Telangana is 15,454 rupees, sir. And if you compare to Andhra Pradesh, the per capita income was only 8,979, sir. We inherited 56% of the population, sir, and only 45% of the revenues. We also inherited 60% of debt. And in these circumstances, it was promised on the floor of this House by the Prime Minister that special category status will be given. It has been 8 years, sir. It was passed in the cabinet. And I will tell you, sir, for the record, we are more than 20 MPs in the Lok Sabha, sir. We have raised this issue more than 100 times, sir. In various formats, we have raised more than 100 times. But the government is yet to come back on the thing, sir. We demand special category status, sir. It is the right of the people of Andhra Pradesh. So it is a very important issue, sir. And we also want to bring to the notice of the government, sir, we have 26 districts. And we only have 14 medical colleges. In that, only 3 are funded by the center, sir. We are seeing in the news, we are seeing everywhere our students are going to Philippines, our students are going to Ukraine, they are spending lakhs and lakhs of money, sir. So we demand from the government, we request the government to consider setting up of another 12 additional government colleges for the districts where we don't have government medical colleges. We are a new state, we don't have tier 1 cities, we don't have proper hospitals. So setting up these medical colleges will definitely improve our state. And if you see, sir, I would like to bring to the notice of the Karaji and even Nirmala Sitharamanji, sir. The amount what the students, if you take amount spent by the students abroad for 5 batches, you will get the cost of 1 new medical college, sir. It makes sense, sir. Why should our students go and spend money abroad when we have the facilities, when we can set up medical colleges here, and when we can recover the money in 5 to 6 years? So we request the government to help setting up new medical colleges. And also, sir, a very important thing I would like to bring to the notice of the minister, sir. So, Andhra Pradesh, under the leadership of our Honorable young CM, YS Jagan Mohan Reddy, we we are setting up the biggest integrated renewable energy pump storage in the world, sir, with 4,800 megawatts, sir. There is a capacity for 30,000 megawatts more, sir. With just 1 year of import, the value of the money which we import coal, sir, we can finish all these projects, sir, and we don't need to import coal, sir. The Honorable Minister is here, so I'd like to bring to our notice also, sir. I'd like to tell this again, sir. Like AP has developed the biggest, it's in the process of developing the biggest renewable integrated pump storage with 4,800 megawatts, sir. And there is capacity, sir, for 30,000 megawatt more, sir. Okay. So we are requesting the central government to fund these projects, sir. Why? Because we don't need to import coal, sir. Once these projects are completed, the amount what we are importing coal for 1 year is enough to finish all these projects, sir. We can do it in 3 years, sir, with the support of central government, funding from the central government and execution by the state government. It is very good for the country. And even Andhra Pradesh has tied up, a company from Andhra Pradesh has tied up with Singapore government, sir, for, green hydrogen.
Now, please conclude.
So if you develop this pump storage projects, when we develop green hydrogen, we can be a base for exporting power to other countries. Green hydrogen. One more point, sir. So, and one request I have for the Honorable Minister, sir. I request the Honorable Minister to visit Andhra Pradesh Raitu Bharosa Kendras, sir. It's one of its kind in the country, sir. In our Raitu Bharosa Kendra, there are all the services for farmers, sir. Every service is there for the farmers, right from procurement of seeds, procurement of pets. It's all in single stop, sir. There the government is there to guarantee the quality. There's a agriculture officer. So various things are there, sir. The farmers just need to focus only on their farming. They don't need to be worried about procurement of farm inputs and sale of their produce, sir. So the Honorable Finance Minister has visited Andhra Pradesh n number of times. She has done various things. I request her to visit Raitu Bharosa Kendra. I request her to visit the digital libraries. And I also want to proudly say that the government has taken up in a Nadu Nedu, sir, all the government schools, the government has taken up a modernization of 55,000 schools, sir, government schools. And we are providing the best infrastructure and the best education, sir. We are also coming with CBSE. So I request the Honorable Finance Minister to help our state, sir, to help in these things which are really noble, sir. The small students, for the future of our country. So with this request, I end my speech, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Shri Pratap Rao Jadhav ji.